so if I'm not at home 100% of the time for bedtime, I'm failing as a mom. I don't think that that's a fair bar to set. Like, I just think, how could that be failing? Am I attuned with my son when I'm with him? Am I a safe place for him to be? Have I created a possible place if I can't be present? Like, have I fed him? Like, all the things. Like, it doesn't mean that I'm failing if I'm not at bedtime. Although I have to say I've been at bedtime every night of my son's life, and that's my choice, right? But I don't
Right.
think that I'm failing my vocational expression, or I'm failing because I make that choice. I think the bigger thing is, like, as moms, especially as working women, and so many of us as entrepreneurial working women, like, it's a very new land we're living in. So we have to, first of all, recognize, like, we have been projected on in terms of, like, what the definitions of these things mean. Like, there's been a projection of what it means to be a good mom. There's been a projection of what it means to be a good entrepreneur. There's been a project, I mean, we used to call it mompreneur. Like, we have been
Oh my God.
downgrading
Right.
ourselves and taking this stuff on for years now. It's like we just have to slow down, stop, reclaim some of these things, redefine it. What does it mean to you to be a good mom? Right? And recognize, so often when we're labeling things as mom guilt, because to me, like, I have mom guilt. When I have an emotional outburst because I was not able to self regulate and contain my own behavior, I feel guilty. That is a good thing because it prompts me to internally
Right.
repair with myself. It prompts me to go and repair with my son. It prompts me to completely change a generational pattern because, let's be honest, how many of us in sort of our era had parents that came and said, I'm so sorry, I lost control, that wasn't your fault? That was not really
Right.
many of our
Oh
experiences,
no,
right?
no one.
So
No
we're
one.
changing,
Yeah.
right? So guilt is so helpful and so good because it informs us. I've lived outside of my values. I've behaved in a way that doesn't feel in accordance with who I came to be, with who I want to be, with how I want to show up. So that's helpful, right? Being at Giving a speech, so missing bedtime, that is not guilt that I would feel. That is grief. That is sadness,
Right.
right? I can't be in two places at once. I'm making an impossible decision. My decision is going to have an implication on my son. If my son had a choice, would he have me 24/7? Yes, he would. That would be his choice. He doesn't have the perspective always to understand I'm making lots of choices, but that choice is not outside of my value around who I want to be as a mom. So I don't think that is mom guilt. That's like
Right.
mom grief.